Hi, I'm Lizzie Armitstead. Welcome to the first ever Voxwomen Cycling Show.
Coming up on the show today, we take a look back at the best of the Unjam Women's Tour of California. We speak to Swedish national champion Emma Johansen. Wiggles Elisa Longo Borghini and Giorgia Bronzini go head-to-head in top trumps. Tiffany Cromwell gives us some of her top tips on nutrition. And of course, we'll bring you all the action from the Aviva Women's Tour. But first, to California. Welcome to the beautiful Lake Tahoe for the Women's Unjam Tour of California, empowered by SRAM. For the first time, the tour became a stage race, acknowledging the growth in women's cycling. Here's what the women faced. 3 stages, 2 around Lake Tahoe and 1 in Sacramento, racing over 255 kilometers. Not only did we see some tough stages, but also some unusual weather conditions for the Sunshine State. Here's what happened.
And it's actually snowing outside. How do you think this will go for tomorrow's stage?
I think, we're up in the mountains in May, so anything can happen. I'm thinking tomorrow it might be cold and maybe a little wet out there, but I think the weather's gonna turn out.
Something I would expect in February back home in Colorado, but definitely not May in California. And we're actually at the start of stage 1. How are you feeling?
I feel warm now. I'm wearing about 8 layers all over, so it's nice the sun's coming out. We see blue sky across the lake, so we're excited. Looks like it'll be a good day of racing.
It's a big deal to be here, and to be the only UK team here is really special. It's not often you get to cycle in places like this, so yeah, I think that's definitely the aim for everyone today, especially just enjoy it. We do enjoy riding our bikes as well as trying to be successful. So yeah, that's my aim anyway.
3, 2, 1,
We had a fairly steady start, just sat in the pack, just waiting for fireworks to go off. And as we were approaching OK to go for the first QOM, I had a fair amount of momentum from the previous descent and the bunch slowed up quite a lot. So I just decided to use the momentum and go for those points.
On a chilly day at Lake Tahoe, Katie Hall of United Healthcare Cycling sprinted to victory in the first stage to claim the yellow jersey.
This is a really big win for me. This is my home state and I absolutely love Tahoe, so racing here and getting the win is really exciting.
Paralympian Sarah Story claimed the Lexus Queen of the Mountains lead with the support of friends and family.
I've always wanted a spotty jersey, I'm really shocked.
What an amazing first day of racing here in Lake Tahoe. We're here with Amanda, Team Colavita Swania, to see what she's been cooking up for the girls.
So it's turkey bacon, almond butter, maple syrup, a good crank of salt, a quick snack a half an hour before the race, or they'll eat them during and then after, because it's just easy to and kind of simpler stuff. So the rider goes to open it up, boom, slips their fingers here, pulls this back, and so they don't have to touch the rice cake, because you don't want to have sticky, ooey, yucky fingers. Take a little Christmas present.
So yeah, today's race is definitely going to be very hard. There's going to be times in the race where riders are definitely going to have to go to a special place. You just need to be able to suffer and have that extra grit just to kind of get through those painful spots.
I'm going to be working really hard to keep hold of this jersey. As British girls are used to fighting hard for things.
It's going to be a good hard day of racing today. I'm really excited. I think there's a lot of people that want this jersey, and so we're prepared to fight.
Welcome to Stage 2 of the Unjam Tour of California Women's Race, empowered with SRAM.
There's one thing that I can say with absolute certitude is these girls have fighting spirit. Win, lose, or draw, they will go down swinging.
In stage 2, Leah Kirchman was the best of the rest over 2 40-kilometre laps around the lake, while Lauren Kamansky's second spot was enough to take the overall lead. So we've left the mountains of Lake Tahoe. The stage was set for an explosive finale over a 55-kilometre criterium in Sacramento.
I got here, we went to sign on, and you hear the music going, and you see all the people, and already you're just feeling pumped. So I think when we get out there, it's just going to be even more so that way.
I mean, the energy and the fans and the cheering, that's what keeps me going personally. That motivates me to race hard. So I can only imagine what it's doing for everybody else.
It's pretty exciting. It's always a lot more motivating when there's crowds.
The race did not disappoint as the overall lead changed 3 times throughout the course of the fast and flat circuit. But with a masterful ride, Warwick claimed the yellow jersey and the inaugural Unjam Tour of California title, while Kirchman won the stage and the Visit California sprint jersey.
It was just incredible, honestly. You know, everything from the venue, the crowds, just all the excitement, the media attention. I'm so excited to come back next year.
It feels really good. I mean, it was such a hard tour. Also, the last 2 stages, we were riding in an attitude, and we had to work really hard. So we are really, really happy.
Not only did Warwick win the race, she also won a car. Here are the final results. And this is what some of the riders thought of the experience.
The stages have been awesome.
The courses in Lake Tahoe were phenomenal.
Amgen did a great job of making us feel very professional and very official.
This is amazing. Tour of California is one of the best races I have been in there.
We knew that when the Amgen Tour of California put on a women's race, it was going to be big, it was going to be well run, but it's exceeded expectations.
Yeah, it's definitely setting the standard for other races around the world to step up to. The first to say, yes, we're going to give the women a stage race. And then, you know, hopefully the women will have their own Tour de France. That's the ultimate goal.
And now a quick flight across the Atlantic from the United States of America to the United Kingdom. We caught up with Swedish national champion Emma Johansen of Orica AIS before the start of the Aviva Women's Tour.
My name is Emma Johansen. I'm a Swedish rider that rides for Orica AIS. I come from cross-country skiing, actually. I started when I was really young with that, and when I was around 11 years, I started mountain biking. I really loved that, and I never saw myself riding on the road, but when I became junior, it wasn't enough races in Sweden, so I sort of had to have a road bike, and I had to train on the road, and I felt like I was forced to it, but eventually I actually started loving it, and that's how I came into road racing. I felt totally in love with it, but it was really, really difficult to do it back home, and especially if you wanted to take it to a higher level. So I actually was forced to leave my lovely little country, but yeah, I found so many other amazing places just by riding my bike. So I'm really happy that I took that decision to go out and try to become a professional cyclist. It's 10 years ago that I actually signed my first professional contract. And so many things have happened during these 10 years, and the sport has grown a lot. And I don't know if it's easier to get into the sport, but it's definitely a lot more teams out there that are searching for riders. This season, like this spring season for me, has been really rough, where I broke my collarbone, but I've done that before. So I think because I had the experience from doing it before, then just made it easy for me to come back. I knew what I had to expect, and I also know my body pretty well, and I know how hard I can push it. So it was really great to come back to Basque Country and get 3 victories now this last week. So I'm super happy about that. I've been, I don't know how many times on the podium in Durango, and to finally win that race was really emotional for me. So I was super happy. I think like if I don't celebrate it the same night, it's not going to happen, because then I'm already starting to look forward to the next race. So I do, obviously when you're with the team and if you win a stage, it's always nice if you can have some sort of like share with either a glass of wine or a little bubbly. But I think besides from that, I think just a victory and that you can throw the hands in the air and celebrate with your teammates afterwards is celebration enough.
Winning is every rider's dream. But first, you have to get to the start line. Here's what it's like on the road with Carly Taylor's Vox Diary.
G'day Voxwomen. This Vox Diary is inspired by my mum, who recently told me that it's pretty awesome that today I'm in Spain Tonight I'm in Italy, and tomorrow I'm in Slovenia. Coming from Australia, that does sound pretty cool, but realistically, it involves a lot of travelling. And normally after a travelling day, I pull up more tired than if I did a 200k ride. I'm about to start. It's 4:30 p.m. and first up is a train ride. Right now I'm feeling pretty good. It's leg one. It's kind of like the neutral part in a bike race. Everyone feels good now. Haven't had to fight for a position in the line. The pressure really hasn't been put down yet. So here I go. The people dodging begins. So 2 train trips later and I'm at the airport. It's 6:45 and I clearly didn't win the sprint out of the train. Yep, my first queue. So it's 10 p.m. and I've finally arrived at the hotel. We did survive the Ryanair queue. It's 9:30 on Thursday morning and on the last leg of the trip. This is the easy part of the trip. We're in convoy to the race hotel and I've seen to score when it comes to having some space in the camper. Yeah, now it's just a 3-hour trip and I guess because this Voxwomen diary is dedicated to my mum, I'll say ciao mum.
Join us again after the break for more action.
Welcome back to the Voxwomen Cycle Show. It's time to meet some of the riders.
I've got a couple of things here that you might be interested in. Have you heard of a game called Top Trumps? Yes? Okay, so I've got some really exciting Top Trumps cards. So these cards are actually women's cycling Top Trumps cards, and I've actually got your cards right here. So...
Right, Andrea is just 46.
I win! What do you think makes a great sprinter?
I think most of the quality of the sprinter is the instinct, and obviously is a quality that you born with. Since I was really little, when I tried to win the race when I was little, I just went the sprint. So mostly it's like the instinct and the quality that you already have when you're born.
Eyes are on your card. You seem like quite a good all-rounder from that card. What about you looking ahead to this week?
I hope that one of my teammates is leading the general, so I can help the team to win the race.
Is there anyone here that you think will be a big threat to you and to the team overall? Lizzie Armitstead is going to be your biggest challenge, perhaps?
I think yes, because now she's in shape. She also showed at last race in the World Cup in Philly that she's really fit and in shape. With her, always we play like our card and she play her card, and it's a fair fight.
I think we should play one last game. So if we move all these aside, Eliza, do you want to go first?
Time trial?
52.
94.
Georgia, what's going on?
I have bad luck as a...
So it's 1-0 to Eliza.
One-day races.
57.
64.
So it comes down to the decider.
One-day races.
64.
85.
Ah, Georgia, what happened?
Dash.
Eliza's been the winner today, but will Georgia win this week? Only time will tell. Good luck both.
It's my only chance to win this week, so let me win.
A new event in the calendar in 2014, the Aviva Women's Tour set the bar high for women's racing. This is what happened in the second edition.
Hi, welcome to the Aviva Women's Tour for 2015. We're here at the first stage at Bury St Edmunds. Let's go and check, see what's going on. So here we are at Matrix Pro Cycling. Obviously, as a British team, this is a huge race for them. And we can see there's a bit of a buzz around the team here.
It's amazing. It's really amazing. The crowds out there are fantastic and the noise is just incredible. And it feels really special to be racing in front of a home crowd, and people do cheer for you. They do know your name, so that's really cool.
Everyone's really pumped about this race because I didn't get to do it last year, and it's the race that's honestly been on my list to do since it was all graded last year.
Good form, so please welcome from Great Britain, complete with Joey Groby and still here by Alan Clyman in all the actors. So give a nice smile of the cheer and begin filmed by Alan. This is the team. 3, 2, 1, go!
94 riders, 12 of the world's top teams and 11 national road race champions took to the start line in Bury St Edmunds. Lizzie Armistead of Bowles-Dolman won stage 1 but crashed heavily, leaving her unable to start stage 2. The jersey was passed to world time trial champion Lisa Brennauer, but Lizzie was very much in everyone's thoughts.
This is a really exciting stage for Velocio SRAM.
Yeah, sure, we're in a leading position now, but yeah, it's Lizzie's jersey, so we know this.
What's the atmosphere like in the team at the moment?
We're just trying to stay positive. Of course, we lost a strong point with Lizzie in the crash after the finish yesterday, but I mean, she had a great day and the team had a good day yesterday, and we just hope to continue to improve on that.
And just how much would it mean to you to get that yellow jersey back?
I think it would be great, and I think Lizzie would be proud of us too.
And at the top of the QOM, 20 seconds lead for the lone leader, 2-0. Right at 23, due to the situation now, one lone chaser in the gap up to the two leaders at 6 seconds.
In the second stage, which went from Braintree to Clacton, Yoli and Dora sprinted to victory, with race leader Brennauer just a fraction behind, the Velocio SRAM rider doing enough to keep the yellow jersey.
Yeah, of course I'm happy to wear the yellow jersey tomorrow, and my team worked so hard for me, so I'm happy that I could finish it off today with the second place, but be the overall leader of this tour now.
The race moved to Oundle for stage 3, with the peloton racing 139 kilometres to Kettering.
Today's going to be hard, it's up and down, so yeah, we're just going to have to see how it goes. I just have to save as much energy as possible.
Luxembourg national champion Christine Majerus won the sprint, taking the yellow jersey from overnight leader Brennauer by 4 seconds. Lucy Garner's strong ride on home soil saw her claim the Sweet Spot Best Young Riders jersey and the Premier Inn jersey for the top-placed British rider.
So for me, it was kind of the last 30 kilometres I really sort of knew again that I could sort of go for the sprint. Because before then, yeah, I was suffering, I'm not going to lie, like I was kind of at the back with about 2 kilometres to go. I just was fighting for the wheels. Yeah, I'm really happy with it, definitely.
Let's take a quick break from the women's tour and join Tiffany Cromwell of Velocio SRAM, who gives us her top tips on nutrition.
Tip number 1, I think first and foremost will be hydration. Super important to drink when you're cycling, whether it's water, whether it's some form of electrolytes. We use Osmo Nutrition with our team, and you know, when it's very hot, cold, you know, you need different things for your body. Tip number 2, I think fueling before you ride is very, very important. You know, you cannot go out training on an empty stomach. That being said, if you're just doing a small 1-hour ride, then okay, if you want to kickstart your metabolism, you can go without breakfast, but make sure you eat straight away. But if you're going for a race or going to do 3-4 hours in the mountains, it's really important to have a high carbohydrate meal, some proteins in there. For me personally, I love pancakes if I'm at home. Tip number 3, when coming to time on the bike, you do need to keep eating too. When I'm racing, I have multiple things. We have 100% pure maple syrup, untapped maple. This is great. It's very sweet, but it's got high sugars and gives you that instant energy. If we need a bit of a kick, we have some caffeine. I know we don't. We have Ali's bars, I prefer natural foods because it's a bit nicer on your stomach. This is, 100% natural. That kick, as I mentioned, we have some caffeine somewhere in my back pocket. They're lollies. Everyone loves a lolly, but these have 75 milligrams of caffeine, power bar shot. Tip number 4 would be post-race nutrition. I think protein is a must, particularly after a hard session, because your muscles get depleted throughout your training or your racing, so it's really important with the first 20 minutes I'd have a protein shake or a high protein meal. Finally, tip number 5, biggest tip of all, just eat. Really, amongst everything, your pre, during, post, that's all important, but the moral of the story is don't starve yourself, don't try and diet on the bike. Now that we're fueled, ready to go, we're ready to get back to the action and go race our bikes.
In stage 4, Brennauer sprinted back into the yellow jersey in Stevenage, taking a 9-second lead into the final day. The stage was set for the final day of the Women's Tour, a 102-kilometre course through the Chiltern Hills, from Marlow to Hemel Hempstead.
Yeah, the tour's been really awesome. Riding past schools and having so many spectators out and school kids cheering for us is something we're not used to, and it kind of gives you a bit of a buzz.
Oh, I think it's incredible for women's cycling, just to see the crowds that come out and support us, individually without the men. It's just brilliant.
After plenty of attacks, Hannah Barnes won the 5th and final stage, but it was Lisa Brennauer who clinched the overall victory in what was a fantastic showcase for women's cycling.
So Lisa, it's been a fantastic week for you. What have been your highlights?
Of course, the stage victory yesterday, and but also my teammate have been working so hard the whole week, and just the way how we've been sticking together and we've been going through this tour.
We've had an amazing time here at the Women's Tour, but now it's time to have a look at what else is coming up this summer.
The dream of many female cyclists is to ride in their own Tour de France. Last year, 3 women, Catherine Burton, Chrissy Wellington and Emma Pooley, successfully campaigned for a one-day women's race. It's called La Course.
I feel really good about that. Looking forward to La Course, of course. Next to World Championships, is one of the biggest one-day races on our calendar.
It's absolutely massive for women's cycling, obviously, to have the finish at the Champs-Elysees. It's just incredible and attracts, obviously, the amazing amounts of crowds. And again, it's just a massive showcase for women's cycling.
Yeah, Leah was 3rd actually last year at La Course. And
I'm so excited to go back. Last year was an amazing event and it was a really special day.
Thank you for watching the Voxwomen Cycling Show, and join us all again next time.